Ash's Pikachu is one of the most prominent Pokemon in the entire anime series, and over the course of his 25 years in the series, he has used a wide variety of moves. But I think we could make Pikachu's moveset a bit more interesting, and I thought, what better way to celebrate our 25 subscriber milestone than to do a video all about Pikachu and how we could change his moveset. So the Pokemon anime was pretty lax with moves and movesets up until around the AG series, or the Ruby and Sapphire series as it's now known. Before then, it was very common for Pokemon to just use moves randomly, to have more than 4 moves on hand at one time, and for Pokemon to not have to actually go through the process of learning new moves. They just kind of come out of nowhere. And as I said, it really wasn't until the AG series where that changed, and they were more strict with Pokemon only having 4 moves at a time, and having to actually train and learn moves on screen, which I can see the benefit of, definitely, because it allows us to have more growth and development on screen, as opposed to Pokemon just coming out of nowhere with moves that you've never seen before, like Pikachu using Double Edge for the first and only time in the Indigo League in the battle against Richie. It's much more common for us to see Pokemon learning moves actually on screen. Not to say that they never learn moves off screen, but it's more common for us to see Pokemon limited to only 4 moves and to see them being learned on screen. And around the Advanced Generation time is where we saw Pikachu's moveset become a bit more finalized. Up until that point, he had a wide variety of moves that he would use, like Thunder Shock, Thunderbolt, Agility, Quick Attack, Thunder, so on and so forth. But around the AG series, that's when Pikachu's moveset was limited to the following 4 moves: Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and Thunder. Those were the moves he pretty much kept and used all throughout the Advanced Generation, and that did not change until the Battle Frontier, where Pikachu learned Volt Tackle. And from that point onward, his moveset was Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and Volt Tackle. And for the longest time, Pikachu pretty much kept consistently the moves Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, and Iron Tail, and then he would rotate out a 4th move every so often, usually every 2 or so series. And Iron Tail pretty much is his signature move that he learned in AG. He learned that move to be able to combat Roxane's rock types, so that move has pretty much been iconic to him. It's a very common move in the anime, not just for Pikachu, but for lots of Pokemon. But I don't know about anyone else. I get kind of tired of seeing these same moves over and over, and I've been wondering, what if Pikachu's moveset changed just a bit more often? I mean, we see him all the time. He's Ash's longest existing Pokemon, of course, that he's never gotten rid of. He's always had Pikachu with him, and I would just think that Pikachu would have learned more moves as time has gone on. So I thought it would just be a fun video for us to do, to look at how we could change up Pikachu's moveset if we had the opportunity to, if Pikachu was able to learn more moves more often, and just freshen up his moveset a bit more frequently. Now, I'll state right here and now that the moves are not going to be changing based on power level. He's not going to be learning stronger moves to replace constant weaker moves, because that would just really kind of limit us. He already has had some of the strongest moves out there, like Thunder and Volt Tackle, so realistically speaking, we're just not going to end up starting him out with these weak moves and then constantly getting stronger and stronger, because there are just power limits. There aren't a lot of super powerful moves out there, and like I said, Pikachu has pretty much learned the strongest electric moves, at least that he can. So for all intents and purposes, we're just going to look at this in terms of diversifying his moveset, as opposed to actually strengthening it and making it objectively more powerful. Pikachu's moveset will remain the same up until the AG series, where his moveset was Thunderbolt, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and Thunder. Our change will occur at the Battle Frontier, where instead of Volt Tackle replacing Thunder, it will replace Thunderbolt. Now I know, this sounds shocking, because Thunderbolt is pretty much iconic to not only Ash's Pikachu, but Pikachu as a species. We pretty much just associate Pikachu with the move Thunderbolt. It's linked to their exclusive Z move, their exclusive G Max move, everything about the species. But I think that by keeping Thunderbolt for so long, it's almost at a status that we just can't see it ever being replaced on Ash's Pikachu. It's just like it always has to be there, and lo and behold, it has always been there. Pretty much since the Kanto days, Pikachu has had Thunderbolt as his iconic move, and I just think it could have easily been replaced earlier, so I think I'm going to be doing that around the Battle Frontier saga, and I just think it makes the most sense to replace it with Volt Tackle, especially since Thunder is the stronger version of Thunderbolt, it makes more sense to me that he would keep Thunder and replace Thunderbolt. Even though I know I said we're not focusing too much on the in-game power levels, if I can just do it once, I'm going to do it here. So going into the Diamond and Pearl series, his moveset will be Thunder, Quick Attack, Iron Tail, and Volt Tackle. And I'll say that halfway through the series, Discharge will be his brand new move, and it will replace Thunder. I'm giving Pikachu Discharge here because it is a brand new electric type move that was introduced in Gen 4, so I think it makes sense that Pikachu would learn it in the Diamond and Pearl series. Toward the end of the Black and White series, I'm going to say that Pikachu will learn Wild Charge, and that will replace Volt Tackle. Now I know, many of us think that if any move Pikachu should keep, it should be Volt Tackle, since that move is iconic to Pikachu as a species. But like I said, the purpose of this video is just to give Pikachu a shiny brand new moveset, so I'm going to have to replace Volt Tackle eventually, and I figure if I'm going to replace it, why not give him Wild Charge, a move that was introduced in Gen 5, and it is pretty similar to Volt Tackle anyway, so I feel like we're not losing too much, but at the same time I guess you could argue, well, why replace it anyway if you're just replacing it with a move that looks so similar? I just want to give him a new moveset, guys. Sorry if it doesn't make sense. The only issue, of course, would be, the anime staff would have to make it look visually different than Volt Tackle, since, as we all know, they do look almost identical in the show. The only thing I could really see them doing is making the electricity around it blue, as opposed to Pikachu's normally yellow or orange electricity, so that's what I would suggest. But either way, his moveset would be Discharge, Iron Tail, Quick Attack, and Wild Charge. In XY, I will change one of Pikachu's non-electric type moves, and that will be Quick Attack, and I will be replacing it with Return. Now, honestly, I'm pretty shocked that Ash's Pikachu has not learned Return, because one of the most important elements about him is his close bond with Ash, and Return, a move that is more powerful based on how close the Pokemon is to this trainer, just seems so fitting for Pikachu. And I feel like if any move, it should replace Quick Attack, not only because it's a normal type move, but also because I feel like Pikachu doesn't really even need Quick Attack anymore. Pikachu is already so naturally fast that Pikachu having Quick Attack almost feels a bit redundant. So I feel like we may as well just replace that here and give him a move that really emphasizes his close bond with Ash. Another change I will make is replacing Discharge here with Electro Web. I know Pikachu eventually does learn it in the Sun and Moon series, but I'm going to be giving it to him earlier here in XY because I plan on giving him a different move in the Sun and Moon series. And just a note, I would have loved to give Pikachu Parabolic Charge here, because another aspect of Pikachu is that he has very strong endurance and that he can take a lot of hits and last in battle a very long time. So it would have made sense to give him a strong electric type move that will also heal him to allow him to last in battle longer. But unfortunately, for some very odd reason, only 3 Pokemon can learn Parabolic Charge: Heliolisk, Helioptile, and Dedenne. I'm not sure why no other Pokemon can learn it, but I want to stick to Pikachu's actual available moves here, so I'm not just going to give him Parabolic Charge for the sake of it, but just know that if I could, I would give it to him. Now, in the Sun and Moon series, I'm going to be replacing Wild Charge with Thunder Punch. And the reason I'm making this change is because in the Sun and Moon series, whenever Pikachu would use his Z-move Gigavolt Havoc, it really looked like he was just punching electricity at his opponent. And I thought, what better way to have him learn a new move than by learning it through his Z-move? I think that by learning and using Gigavolt Havoc enough times, Pikachu could start being able to easily channel electricity into his fists and shoot off electricity at his opponents in that way. So he could use Thunder Punch in a really unique way, in that he doesn't just physically go up and punch his opponent with electricity, he could actually use it as a long-range attack as well. I don't think this is too odd, because the anime has had moves look different in the series versus the actual games. Ash's Rowlet uses Feather Dance, but it looks like he's using the move Substitute, so I could see them having Pikachu use Thunder Punch and it looked like a long-range move. So his moveset here would be Thunder Punch, Return, Iron Tail, and Electro Web. Finally, by Journeys, I would have Pikachu replace Electro Web with Rising Voltage, a new electric move that was introduced in the Gen 8 games. And finally, I will be replacing Iron Tail, and I will be giving Pikachu Surf. Now, Surf is a move that has been attached to Pikachu for a while. It's been given to multiple event and gift Pikachus over the years, so I think it makes sense for Ash's Pikachu to finally get it, especially since it covers his only weakness of ground types. I know he knows Iron Tail to cover his rock weakness. I mean, not rock weakness, but his low ability to do damage to rock types. But Surf can already cover that. It's strong against ground and water. And Pikachu can actually naturally just learn Surf now through TR in Sword and Shield, which I didn't even know until recently. So I think we may as well just give that to Ash's Pikachu. And I know what you guys are thinking. So is Pikachu going to carry a surfboard around to use this move? No, we've seen Surf used in multiple different ways across different series. In Pokemon Origins, Giovanni's Nidoqueen literally amasses a ball of water in its hand and punches Red's Charizard to use the move. So I could easily see Ash's Pikachu using Surf in a unique way. I could see him using it almost as if it looks like Aqua Tail, or simply sending a ball of sending a ball of water to his opponent. There could be multiple different ways, and I think that would be interesting to see the different ways Pikachu could use this move, so that's why I would give him that new moveset. So that is the new moveset I would give to Pikachu: Rising, Voltage, Return, Surf, and Thunder Punch. Like I said, this video is just for fun, guys. It's not to be taken really seriously to say that I could ever see Ash's Pikachu having this moveset. I just wanted to show us something interesting that we could do. Again, I thought it would be really fitting for our 25 subscriber special, and thank you to all the 25 of you who have subscribed. I do have a lot of interesting videos coming up, so I do hope you guys will all stick around. But let me know in the comments what you guys think. How would you change Pikachu's moveset if you could, and what moves would you give him? I hope you all really enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please give it a like. If you disliked, please give it a dislike. And I hope you all have a wonderful day. Thank you.